HTML is one of the three main languages used in web development. The other two, CSS and JavaScript, are used for adding styling and functionality, respectively. But HTML is the solid center of all websites because it contains the content of the pages, the text, images, videos, graphics. Without content, you don't have anything to style or add functionality to. Now, before we start adding the visible, tangible content to our website, we need to give browsers and search engines a little bit of information about what kind of a document we're creating here. Now, the first important declaration we need on our page is the doc type. We're saying that we're about to create a document using the latest iteration of hypertext markup language, which for the past few years has been HTML5. We should always have this in our document right at the very top. Next, we need the HTML tags. And as you can see, VSCode helps me by creating the closing tag here. So we have an opening tag and a closing tag distinguished by this / here. What we've done is we've created the root of our document. Everything else comes inside the HTML tags. We should also add here some information about the language we are going to use in our document. And we can write an attribute here in the HTML opening tag. And let's say we are creating a document in English. So this information is especially important for screen readers, which are used by people with disabilities. In this case, the screen reader will now know to expect the English language and will announce the content appropriately. Google Translate also looks at this, and if it differs from the default language of the browser, it offers the option to translate the page. Next, we move inside the head element. And again, you can see that we have an opening and a closing tag inside the HTML tags. Inside the head, we place instructions for the browser and search engines on how to read and handle the document. I'm going to show you the bare minimum of what you need in order to start creating web pages. First, we have a meta tag like this that contains the character set attribute. Now, a meta tag contains information that is not visible to the visitor. This is just for the browsers and the search engines. Now, this attribute declares the document's character encoding. There used to be different types of encoding, but nowadays it's good to just stick with UTF-8. If we don't include it here inside the head, some browsers might display characters incorrectly. The next meta tag tells old Microsoft Internet Explorer browsers to use the latest rendering engine available to them. Nowadays, few people use these old browsers, but it's not a bad idea to have this line here just in case. Next up, we have instructions that refer to the size of the viewport on mobile devices. The viewport is not the same as the screen on your phone, and if you don't place this set of instructions here in the head, you might end up with the content of your web page overflowing the screen, which in turn results in a horizontal scroll bar, and that's not very convenient. So we're setting the viewport width equal to the device width, and we're telling the browser not to zoom in as the page is loaded for the very first time. Next, we have the title of our page, and this title is displayed by search engines on their result pages. And also you can see this title on the tab that has opened the page on your browser. So this is very important. Now you can create all this text with just one keyboard shortcut. So if you type exclamation point and press either enter or tab, you'll get all this information. Now I'd like to add something here, and it's closely connected to the title. This is the description of your page, and anything written here inside the content is displayed on the search engine result page underneath title. So use your SEO skills to write a good title here and a good description here. Remember that the description should be less than 150 characters, otherwise Google will cut it. And that's about it for the head. There's a lot of different information that can be included here, but this, like I said, is the bare minimum. As you can see, when we use the keyboard shortcut, Visual Studio Code created the body tags here, and everything else, the visible, tangible content of our site, will be written inside these two tags. And we're going to take a look at all of that in the next video.